The other thing that we find home inspection people migrate to is commercial building inspections. And if I think of home inspection as a great foundation, we've talked a little bit about energy assessments, we've talked a little bit about pre-renovation assessments and problem-solving evaluations. One of the other career paths that a lot of home inspectors are following is moving into commercial building inspection. What do you see there?
I think it's underserved right now. I think there are a lot of commercial building owners that don't have it done. But I think from the standpoint of getting into that business, in some ways it's an easier sell because somebody who's running a business understands the bottom line, and they're looking at it. They want to have an assessment of what it's going to cost them, what's going to cost them to operate a building, what kinds of expenses they're less emotional, I guess.
So you're saying you're not dealing with the family dynamics of home ownership when you're talking about commercial clients?
That's right. I think that dynamic is to some extent taken out of it. So it always makes sense knowing anytime you buy a house or a commercial building, but I think that selling it to a commercial building prospective buyer is probably going to be easier.
Now, I know one of the things that a lot of home inspectors worry about when they start to look at commercial inspection as a career opportunity is the additional complexity and different components. What would you tell people looking at that issue?
I would say that you can learn, and there are courses available. Carson, Weldon, courses available. The resources are there. The systems may be larger and more complex, but the principles are the same.
I think that's exactly right. And one of the things we do is we use a team approach where systems like elevators and so on, fire protection systems, not something that we're going to become expert in because there are lots of folks out there we can work with. And our approach to commercial building inspection is to leverage our background where it has strength and then to work with others. And the home inspection perception of the building as a system comes into play very nicely with commercial because we can still approach the thing as an integrated set of systems and work to deliver the client a concise, uniform final report so they can make good decisions, even though we may be working with several consultants through the process.
And the inspector is also the coordinator in a situation like that.
That's a very good analogy. Well, that's a pretty good overview of where home inspection is and where it can go for the average practitioner. Is there anything else we should touch on?
Well, we're not going to be here in another 50 years, but I think that the industry will no doubt have changed. It's changed a lot up until this point, but that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it exciting. Buildings are always different, different clients, different challenges, knowledge expansion, technology changes. It's a great industry.
And I think the time is great in that there is more support now for someone getting into the industry, certainly than when you and I started. And the diversification opportunities are a whole lot broader and a whole lot stronger.
Well, the industry is maturing. I mean, you've seen it change. You've changed it yourself, developing courses, dissemination of information, the internet, online courses, webinars. It's all there. You can take advantage of it, and works a whole lot better than it did in the old days.
And at the end of the day, it's a very rewarding professional consulting career with lots of opportunity.
It is, absolutely.